Good morning, everyone. Happy Independence Day. I've been using this in my PJ shirt, so I promise you I do change my shirts, really. But welcome in. Hopefully today's going to be an awesome day. Just wanted to welcome you all to the Coffee Talk, and where we rehash the things of yesterday and we go over the plans for today. Julie McGowan, welcome in. But Stacy may or may not be joining us. I think she's going to sleep in though. But that's all right. We're at the Campgrounds at Fort Wilderness in Walt Disney World. I have my coffee and I got my chocolate and butter pound cake slice this morning. And yesterday was a good day. We made some brand new chalk art on the driveway. I shared those pictures out with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Avery was out there. He drew he drew Harry the Platypus. It's funny. And he put something above it. He's a platypus. But when he says it, he goes, "A platypus?" He's quoting Dr. Doofenshmirtz. And I said, when you do that, Avery, you gotta add the question mark so people might know what you're talking about a little bit more. So hopefully next time. So today they have a brand new driveway because last night's rain wiped it all out, just like the day before. So it'll be fun to see what he comes up with today. The first day was Pac-Man, and he drew a flag, American flag, and Julie McGowan. The weather's been pretty typical Florida weather. You know, we have this big depression hanging over us. Last night it was rainy, but I'll get to that. But the days have been really, really nice. Yesterday we did a new driveway, chalk. It was really, they came out really great. I liked how Stacy and Avery did that. And when we drove around in the cart a few times yesterday, they finally have fixed the septic system on the main road. Welcome in, John, Surfbum John, and John Casamano, welcome in. Got you going in the background, prepping the yard for a party. Happy 4th, hooray! Yeah, life in the woods is nice. It's been really, really nice here. It's been peaceful and quiet, and hopefully I'm not annoying any neighbors. I don't see any neighbors out on their porches. I think it's pretty early for most people. I wake up around, whether I want to or not. Now I'm waking up, usually it's like 10 minutes before the alarm clock goes off at work, which is around 6:15. But out here, it's been right around 6:50. So I guess my brain is in vacation mode. Mike Beachman, welcome in. Happy 4th of July, everyone. But so a few of the things you did yesterday, we went up and saw the horses. Me and Stacy drove around again. There's definitely more people that have shown up and put up more decorations and stuff. I think late tonight. I don't want to get to that yet. Okay, I'm going to recap yesterday. I got to stay with the plan. Yesterday we went around, drove around, looked at all the decorations, and we noticed that they did fix the septic problems that they had on the main roof in both places. We went around with shopping a little bit. Avery and Stacy made buttons. The guy's driving through and he honks his horn. A jerk. He didn't want to honk at me because he didn't even see me. He was around the corner, but he honked his horn. Maybe they know someone, they're waking someone up. It's like you realize there's other people. But anyways, so they made buttons that you pin to your shirt or whatever. So Avery colored a Fort Wilderness button, and he did a really good job. And they press it and they make a little button. They're like $1 a piece to make, and pretty much it's a design that they have already. Just color them in or whatever. And then Stacy did one of Maleficent, and then she added the Disney Nerd Herders to it. So she has a cute little button. She bought a green Fort Wilderness backpack that looks really, really cool. We all loved it. And so she added that pin to the Fort Wilderness bag that she got that has kind of like patches and pins all over it in the first place. So it fit right in. It fit right in with the look of the bag. Wrong pipe. Don't get old. You forget how to swallow, right? Anyways, I was supposed to be on a boat right now. Canceled the trip. Where are you? Really? Where were you supposed to be on a boat for? And then, so yesterday, we also did a little, we started doing the 4th of July scavenger hunt. And, Mark and Jan, who are like 3 cabins down, you guys know Mark Langenkamp, and they've been hanging out with us this trip, in their own cabin and doing things here and there with us. They joined us for doing part of the July 4th scavenger hunt. So that was pretty cool. We had they give you clues on where to find. You're looking for the original 13 colonies. They have signs that show, okay, Massachusetts or New Hampshire, all the 13 original colonies. So you're out scavenging around the entire campgrounds for those signs that are placed strategically around the campgrounds. So they give you little hints. There's like 13 of them, obviously, and they give you a little hint, and then you go where you think they're talking about, and then you go around and you search around for the campsite, and you log down the state, and then you log down where you found it, and then you go on to the next one. So we got through about, I want to say, 7 or 8 of those, because we had 2 carts, so it was me and Stacy and Avery and Sophie, and then Mark and Jan were in their cart, and so we're doing that for a little while. Then Avery got to his point where he was like, okay, let's go back to the cabin. So, which is fine. Hopefully we're hoping to finish up the rest of it sometime today. We're hoping to, but that was fun to do, because it gets you all around the campgrounds, gets you seeing different things, and some things you don't realize are around, so it's a good thing to do. Let me just check the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Don, welcome in. Hitchhiking Bones. Fishing out in the Atlantic off Asbury Park. Hey, that's cool. Asbury Park, New Jersey. I think that, I think it's right next to Freehold, which is the birthplace of Bruce Springsteen. I had an office I used to audit down in Freehold, and Asbury Park is in New Jersey, and all that whole area is a pretty cool area. I would always go down there and visit the comic book store that's owned by Kevin Smith, the Secret Stash. I'd go down there, but I think Asbury Park is pretty close to that area. Come to think of it, I remember seeing the signs around there, and I know that it's a Bruce Springsteen thing. There's a big Bruce Springsteen thing that he was live from Asbury Park. It's one of his big concerts that he did or whatever. And anyways, sidetracked. Sorry. Good morning, Dawn. So we did the scavenger hunt, which was fun, and they are creating parking areas down where you hitch and unhitch your stuff from your RVs right as you enter the campgrounds. So they have parking areas set up for, there's a bunch of trucks and cars in there. I don't know if it's overfill from the regular parking lots or they're expecting something huge. At first we thought it was going to be where every 4th of July they have the golf cart decoration parade. Everyone decorates their golf carts with 4th of July stuff, and there's a lot of good ones that are out there. If you guys like ours, it's like they're doing a lot better than ours. They have big floats on top of them, and so they do a parade from, I think it's behind the Meadowbrook store, the Meadow store area, and they come down all the way to the front of the campgrounds. Good morning, Walt, Melissa. Hey, Walt. Red Bank, the stash. Yeah, I've been there a few times. I saw Mike and the old manager is not there anymore. Walt, I want to say. Walt and Mike. I think Mike's in charge now. I haven't been there in years. I got out of field supervision 4 years ago, and but it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, we missed Walt and Melissa last night. They went to they did a live stream at from the Contemporary last night to show the fireworks from 4th of July fireworks, the 3rd of July fireworks. So anyways, back to the what happened yesterday at the Fort Wilderness. So we did that scavenger hunt. We went up and saw the horses, because that's part of where, right next to the scavenger hunt stuff, we saw the big Clydesdales and Percherons and Belgian horses. They're all so pretty. They're so awesome horses. Big, huge horses, nice and clean, and they want you to pet them. They're like 4 inches away. They have it roped off where you can't go pet them. They ask you, don't feed, don't pet the horses. But you can tell they want some loving. But so we talked to them a little bit, and hang on a second. Some lady's walking her horse. I mean, not walking a horse, walking a dog. I have horses on the right. So yeah, so we got to do that yesterday. It was fun. And so that scavenger hunt, again, brings you all over. They have a really nice dog park here. You can take your dogs for a walk. And they have sections off, I think, for littler dogs, medium dogs, and big dogs. And like yesterday morning when we were driving by, there had to be 20 dogs in there with the owners, and the dogs look so happy. It's like Doggy Disney World. It's awesome. And it was it lightened your spirits to see the dogs having so much fun. And you probably sit there and watch them all day. It's a cool thing. They're not out there all the time though. Later when it gets to the midday or whatever, not as many dogs. I think it's a big morning thing, obviously, before people go and jump into the parks. So I have a feeling they probably leave their dogs in their cabins, or maybe bring them to the kennel. My daughter and her boyfriend fished along the Jersey Shore also. Mostly around Toms River. They were on a charter yesterday. Wow, that's cool. A lot of charters go off on July 4th, huh? You know, there's a lot of beach stuff, you know. What comes to mind is the movie Jaws. For the Amity Beach scenes and stuff like that. It's like big 4th of July beach days and stuff like that, and family days, and just real awesome fun days. So that would be cool to do, and that's kind of the atmosphere we like here, except it's like in a campground type of vibe to it, and in a peace and quiet vibe to it. And we love watching. We love driving around in the golf carts. John, okay, I was a mailman in Seaside Heights for 20 years. He's surf fishing there for 40 years. Wow. Good morning, Melissa. Hello. Yeah, so we missed Melissa last night. It's kind of not the same without them. I understand. It was a drizzly night. I'm glad it turned out to be a drizzly night because the forecast, even when I had the forecast up during the drizzle, it was saying heavy rain, thunderstorm, blah blah blah. There was nothing like that. So the weather app sucks. I'm just gonna say that right now. And it was totally wrong, saying it was supposed to have downpours and all this other stuff from like 7 to 10. It was a light drizzle. It was nothing. We were behind the castle. We enjoyed the fireworks, and we actually were, Mark and Jan were in the same area too. I think, unfortunately, it wasn't their best fireworks show last night. They've had better over the last couple of years. I think, again, Disney, you get the feeling on a lot of things that they do that they're trying to save. They're trying to pinch pennies. So the show is great, but it's usually mind-blowing great, you know. So it was a good show. It was a good fireworks display, but it's usually mind-blowing. Last night was not mind-blowing. We're hoping, fingers crossed, for tonight. We're going to Epcot. Hoping it's good at Epcot. A better experience at Epcot than it was last night at Magic Kingdom. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like tonight. I heard it's supposed to rain worse tonight than it was last night. I hope that's not true. But yeah, Serpong, you're old. You're wicked old. I like the red, white, and blue hearts in the chats. That's awesome. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place again. So last night, we ended up, or yesterday, after the scavenger hunt, we came back in, took a little nap. Stacy's been working on some videos on her downtime, or working on the puzzle. Sophie's been working on the puzzle with her too. Scratch that. Sophie's been doing the most of the puzzles, and we've been helping her a little bit here and there. But she's been working mostly on the puzzles. Avery's just been watching TV most of the time. He chills out and watches his TV. And we're happy to get him out with us for an hour or so every day. In regards to here and there. Yesterday he was out with us a lot more than an hour. So around 5 o'clock, around 4:30, we decided to head over to Magic Kingdom. And so we got on a golf cart. Now I was thinking ahead. I'm like, it's gonna get rainy and soaked, so I brought some face cloths, some dry face cloths, to wipe down the golf cart when we got back, because we knew it was gonna be soaking wet. And I know how Stacy is when she has to sit on a wet chair or a wet bench or whatever. So I was thinking ahead. It worked out fine. We ended up being able to wipe down the golf cart when we got back. But if you're ever staying here and you know it's going to rain, put a couple face cloths in your bag, so that way you can wipe down your golf cart when you get back and make it dry. Monarch Miracles, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Matt and Charlotte. Hope everything's going okay. And we jumped on the boat and we headed over to Magic Kingdom. That was a fun experience. Avery is having a little bit of a hard time with it, but not too bad. He's regressing a little bit in regards to tics and fidgets. He's developing this tic now where when he gets anxiety, he goes back and forth with the nose and touching the wheelchair. So we're like, okay, that's definitely different, especially for this trip. So we try to mention, okay, Avery, calm down. You know, we're trying to stop him or whatever. Not stop him, but trying to get him to acknowledge and stop the activity or focus on something else. But that's a new thing, so you got to talk to the doctor about that. You can tell it's very high anxiety moments when he's doing that. So we got to do something about that. We do have any new anxiety meds that we still haven't tried because we've been in the parks and we don't want to have him having an allergic reaction or something like that in the middle of, in the middle of the day or something, in the middle of a vacation as well too, where the benefits wouldn't be that much of a benefit anyways, because he's only freaking out once in a great while, and it's not really a freak out, it's just a tick. If it was much worse, then yes, we'd be acting on that. So we jumped on the boat, which was a nice ride over to Magic Kingdom. It was not rainy or anything until later on, so we got there around 5, and it didn't start raining, I want to say, till 7:30, where we were in the Columbia Harbor House, and it started downpouring. And we're like, wow, that was good timing. We got there before all the people ran into the Columbia Harbor House and get out of the rain. So we were sitting there eating, and by the time we were ready to go out there, it had reduced to a drizzle, which worked out because we had our ponchos and everything, but it was only a drizzle anyway, so it worked out really well. Lisa, welcome in. Good morning, Keith and Lisa. It's Joey's World. Read Charlie. Best try new meds at home in a controlled environment. Yes, see, Lisa knows what I'm talking about. So we do have something we need to definitely try, because the calming bears, it's just calming. It's not weed or anything. It's ashwagandha, and those have been having some type of, I want to say, an opposite effect on them. So we need to try something else. We're trying to avoid anything like the weed gummies or that type of stuff. He is getting a little bit of a belly because he loves his food. You guys know Avery loves his food. And yeah, well, that's all I'll say about that. So last night, we went into Magic Kingdom. Avery wanted to do stores, so we did the stores all at first, and then we hopped on Haunted Mansion, which is cool. We hopped on the TTA. I want to say we did another ride. I can't remember what it was though. Avery got cheeseburger egg rolls. He wanted the cheeseburger egg rolls for his supper, so we got him the cheeseburger egg rolls, and he downed those in 2 seconds. And then he got salmon as well at the Columbia Harbor House, which you only ate half of that. If I had remembered that he just had egg rolls probably like 45 minutes before, I would have said, Avery, are you really hungry? Because it was either he didn't like the salmon, which he did kind of complain about the sauce for some reason, which he usually loves the salmon there. But he ate half the salmon. I ate all my salmon. I know, I love hearing the birds. I love hearing the birds too. Charlie, does Avery get excited about earning money? Avery doesn't ask for much. Lately he's been asking for more action figures, where Avery has about 400 action figures, no lie. And for the longest time, he hasn't asked for action figures. And not that he got them in the first year, he got them for birthdays and Christmas or whatever. And Avery doesn't ask for much, and he doesn't have a job. At the moment, he couldn't do a job because of his physical limitations as well as his autism. If his physical limitations didn't develop over the last 2 years, where he has trouble being in a vehicle or standing or walking so much, we would have been working with a social liaison that usually they would set him up with a job that autistic people can get, like maybe working at a grocery store for a short period of time each day, where they have a mentor that's right there overwatching them and assisting them as they need it. But that did not develop yet because we had that set up, but then his his pain thing started. So we haven't been able to get that far yet. We're hoping if the pain thing ever gets settled, the physical thing ever gets settled, then we'll go in that direction. But no, he does not work, so he never really, his money, he gets Christmas money, he gets, money for Easter and birthdays and stuff like that. So he has his own pool of money, and he doesn't ask for much. And, we usually buy him whatever he wants, if he wants a DVD or a book or so. Hopefully that answers your questions. We had a nice lunch with friends there. Where I missed it. Harbor House. Okay, yes. Harbor House. Yes, it was good. Sorry, let me just catch up with the chat. So I don't want to be neglecting the chats, and I don't want my finger covering. So hang on a second. Because you have a balancing contest, Avery and another person can each balance a quarter of their finger or hand. Winner keeps the quarter. Could be a great distracting. No. He does not want or care about money. So that probably wouldn't be much of a. Now, if it was food, maybe. If it was food or a manga book, maybe something like that. But in that type of situation, it's probably not going to work the same. But thank you. I love your input, Lisa, and I hope you never stop, because we appreciate it, and we know when to appreciate. We know when to recognize when people are trying to help us, and we definitely appreciate anyone trying to help us over the years. And thank you. Some other people like to offer their advice when they don't know what the heck they're talking about, and those people we know to ignore. But we appreciate the people that we trust trying to give us advice. And that's all I'll say about that. It looks like Stacy's gonna be sleeping the whole time, so that's alright. I told her I'm fine with her sleeping, because a happy Stacy usually means a happy Charlie. Alright, so I'm trying to catch up with the chats. Debbie Bernfeld, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Love hearing the birds. And some of these ponds that are around, they have like hundreds of frogs in them. You can hear you can sit there and listen to the frogs croaking and chirping, if you want to call it. I am sorry I have been around lately. Oh, no worries about it, Debbie. Thanks for joining us this morning. Lisa, hello Lisa. I have to say, Lisa's got the best dancer in the chat award. And it's going to be hard to beat Lisa, because we saw her dancing at an M80s concert, and it's going to be hard to beat Lisa for dancing. For females, anyways. Totally hear you. It's always been it's always a work in progress. And I'll tell you, he always wants to go faster in the wheelchair now. I'm not going fast enough. It's like, I'm old, and it's 100 degrees in the park, and if Grandma's with us, she can't walk too fast, and even Stacy and Sophie can't walk that fast. They even wants me to run, practically run everywhere, and it's not going to happen, buddy. Let's see. Hello, my dear. Okay, I think I'm caught up in the chat. Happy Charlotte also means happy Matt. Yeah. Right? Oh, thanks for hitting that like button. Yeah, we're trying to get to 3,600, but it's not a high priority. I know I keep mentioning it. It's just I would like to get 3,600 to just shut my brain up about getting to 3,600. But it's not the end of the world. once we had a holistic doctor tell us to get Joey a blood transfusion. Insanity. Just for autism and neurological issues. These people, man, blood transfusion. The only way I could see that not being a ridiculous comment, I'm sorry if I'm not, I don't mean to offend anybody, but maybe it's like a cleansing thing from all the additives and dyes and stuff like that from the food that they know has been poisoned. That sounded like a total conspiracy freak theorist statement, but the more I learn about food and all the stuff they're putting in it, and that's the only way I would see it be feasible, if that's where they're coming from, you know, to clean the blood out of all that junk, but it'll still be stored in your organs and still that. But anyways, I will shut up about that. Michelle the Quilter, welcome in. Happy 4th of July. So yeah, and then last night we got, finally we had, well, we saw, Mind Blank. They're right over there. Mark and Jan. We saw Mark and Jan there. And then we saw Angela and Jeff and Zach and Meredith there last night. So we said hello to all of them. I got out of my magnified introvert mode and actually said hi to people, which points for me. And yeah, so we saw them for a little bit before they went live. I don't go on other people's streams live if I can avoid it at all. I just don't like doing that. At one point I was accused of trying to leech off of others by hopping in their streams and trying to pretend I'm one of the in crowd. So if anyone knows me, that's like the opposite of me. So, but it's stuck in my brain, so now it's like I'm subconsciously don't like going on anyone's streams ever. I never want to get accused of that, even though the person was insane. But whatever, I'll lay that out there. But I don't like going on other people's streams, partly because of that. And again, I just don't like being too much on streams unless this isn't really on a stream. This is me and you guys, and me and a camera. So it's different. If you guys know, you know. But so we saw them before they went on stream. So if you're a streamer and you know I don't approach you during your live streams, now you have a little bit of a context to that. I don't like going on people's streams, and it's not because I don't like people, it's because of that. But anyways, bye Walt, see you later. I don't know if we're gonna see you guys tonight. Are we gonna see you guys tonight? Because Avery basically all day yesterday, to get him into the park last night, he's like, I'm not going to Epcot tomorrow morning. So he's gonna come tonight with us, but he doesn't want to go in for pictures in the morning, which Stacy really wanted him to go in, but we're not gonna force him. So Avery's gonna stay home this morning. I'm jumping all over the place again. I was trying to rehash last night. So last night we got behind the castle and we got to our favorite spot. We're watching the fireworks. The fireworks were a little bit lackluster, and I think there's less crowds because of the drizzle, but also Disney had cheapened out on their fireworks display. I think it wasn't mind-blowing. It was definitely better than their usual fireworks. They had it in all different places around like that, just not as much as we, excuse me, burp, brought to you by D&G Explorers. It was in the same areas they usually have it, but wasn't as the intensity, especially the fireworks finale wasn't as the intensity as we were expecting, as we have seen over the last 4 or 5 years. So it was kind of a letdown, and I think Mark and Jan went to that area because we had built it up, maybe because it had been awesome in the past. Last night was good. It was even probably great for some people. It wasn't awesome. It wasn't mind-blowing like it usually is. So Mark and Jan, if you went there based on our opinion, based on our hyping of it, then I apologize if it turned out to be lackluster. Again, I prefer it back there rather than being in front of the castle because I feel it's too far away when I'm in front of the castle. The fireworks are way behind. It's either over the castle or behind the castle, or they also have fireworks over on the lake behind you. If you're on Main Street looking at the castle, it's way on the Seven Seas Lagoon. So, let's see with other streamers. Thank you, Debbie. I know, and I shouldn't care about this stuff, but I can't tell the stupid part of my brain in the back not to care about stuff. I'm just a caring, loving person. Anyway, last night, so we wish it was a little bit more. We have our fingers crossed for tonight. We wish it was a little more. But anyways, we went on TTA and we walked around, and Avery he wanted to go to all the stores. So we did pretty much a lot of stores last night, and Avery was happy with that. And then we got out of there around 11, I want to say. We hopped on the boat back to the campground. That was pretty much uneventful. The boat ride, the wait for the boat ride back to the campgrounds was, I want to say 20 minutes. That's a little bit. Avery was getting antsy. Where's the boat? Where's the boat? Where's the boat? But nothing we can do about that. And we finally got on the boat. It was a smooth ride. He was not as irritated as on the way in, so his anxiety was a little bit lower on the way back. It usually is when he knows he's heading back to his safe place, like the cabin or house or his safe place. It's usually the anxiety is lower. So it was that yesterday. Last night we got back, wiped down the cart, and we got back home, and it was pretty much bedtime. And I made myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I had some sun chips and went to bed. So today, plans this morning, we are going to go up into Epcot. We're going to get pictures done this morning. Walton, are you guys joining us this morning, or are you guys have other plans? I know that you said you're going to stay home with Cam, but is that tonight, or is that all day you're going to stay home? The entire family. I'm a bit strange in that fireworks don't really interest me. I know what you're saying. I know Stacy is not huge fireworks, and we just usually walk by whenever there's fireworks now. It's we don't need to stop and watch the fireworks every time they're on. We do like seeing the fireworks on 4th of July and New Year's and stuff like that. But we don't need to see them every time we're in the parks. Even when they're live, you guys don't see us doing fireworks very often. Are you in Epcot this morning? We have decided to come over this. Oh yes, we're gonna be there this morning. What time is it? I have my watch, and this app doesn't show the time. I think I started around 7, so it must be around 7:38. Yes, we'll be in there this morning to get pictures with Mickey and all those people, at America and whatever. So yeah, if you want to hook up with pictures and stuff, just let us know. I'm more than happy to meet up with you guys. It's 8:08. It's that late. I must have started. Oh, that's right. I started at 7:30. So yeah, so 8:08. Yeah, so I gotta get those guys up and get in there and get pictures. So we'll go in there and get pictures done this morning. Then we'll take a break at the campgrounds, and then we'll go back in there for tonight. We'll be hanging out at Japan. Don't be hanging out at our spot expecting things like that. I don't want to be responsible for your disappointment. If Disney trashes their normal greatness in the fireworks, don't blame me. Make your own decisions. Go see the fireworks from where you want to see them. I can't deal with that. I can't handle that type of rejection. Nah, but hopefully it's good tonight. I'm really hoping that we'll be behind Japan anyways. You guys want to hang out with us or say hello or whatever? We'll be behind you. We'll be in Japan watching the fireworks from Epcot tonight. Hopefully, if it's not downpouring. Even probably if it is downpouring. We have our ponchos, and it worked out well last night. So, fingers crossed. But we're probably not going to go in there till around 6. Anybody know when the fireworks are tonight at Epcot? I'm assuming it's 8:20, but they might do it at 9. They might do it at a different time. I'm not sure. Not So Scary Mary TV. Welcome in, Not So Scary Mary. I like that. It's cool. Not So Scary Mary. Yeah, welcome in. Yay, see you soon. Yes, Melissa, cool. Yeah, I wish she saw you guys last night. Avery did ask about you guys a couple times. Arjons, welcome in. Happy 4th of July. Say hi to Donna and Sam for us. Oh, you subscribed, so we're one closer to 3,600. Awesome. Thank you. I know that it seems like we lose a couple every day or every other day, and then we gain a couple. So we're like 3596, 3595 ish. So the highest we've been is 3598. So I'm just trying to get to that 3,600 just to say we got up there. Even if it goes back down, it's all right. So hey, we did reach 3,600. We have like 1,800 videos out there. Insane. I didn't love them last night. It was just okay. I know. I agree. It was lacking that over the edge, getting you past that. Good fireworks display, great fireworks display. It didn't get us over the hump to the mind-blowing fireworks display. I wanted to feel it in my chest. I did not. I might have had it for like half a second at the finale, but the finale was way too short. It's like, come on, Disney, huh? Maybe you need to start going to Universal. They're the ones that are kicking butt lately, not Disney. But anyways, so that's the plans for today. I imagine in the middle somewhere we're going to try to finish the colonial scavenger hunt, get the rest of our states today. That would be between Epcot visit this morning and Epcot visit tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to have a very tiny little cookout with some friends. And I think there might be 6 of us. It's not going to be a big thing, which is good. We have close friends coming, so I have no anxiety now, which I had at this time last week, because I didn't know what was going to happen. But now I know kind of what's going to happen, so it's I'm much more tranquil. So tomorrow hopefully is going to be a good day. I hate these grills that they have here. First of all, it was filthy. If you guys see the face cloths that I cleaned them with, because you're supposed to use those the steel spike things, because if they end up in their food, and they can basically kill you. So I washed them all with cleaner and the white face cloths that they have here, which are now black like my soul. They are dirty face cloths, but at least if the grill is clean to cook on now and stuff. But that'll be tomorrow, and then I don't know what else is gonna happen tomorrow. Maybe we'll drive around in golf carts again. Tonight, Stacy wants to go live tonight, so tonight we'll be live from at least a little bit from behind Japan for a little bit. So if we step on any other vloggers or live streamers' toes, apologies. No offense intended, but Stacy wanted to go live tonight, at least for a little bit. So maybe you guys will see the fireworks if it's not pouring and they're not canceled. Alright, so I think we've done the recap from yesterday, and we've done the plans for today. that's about it. That's enough of me rambling on and on. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming in this morning. Hope you guys are having an awesome 4th of July. Hope your 4th of July is safe. Hope you have all 10 fingers by the end of the day tonight. Be careful. Remember, light throw, or light on the ground and then run, right? Give yourself space, and don't light off fireworks next to a crate of fireworks. Common sense, right? Don't light off fireworks around 2-year-olds or puppies or cats. Don't tie them to animals' tails. Don't do anything stupid tonight. Enjoy the 249th birthday of our nation, right? Next year is the 250th, which is gonna be huge. So, Melissa, get on booking this place for next year, because we're gonna book it for next year. I can imagine 250th anniversary in Disney World of the nation. I think we're gonna be spending it at the cabins, quite honestly. So think about it. Be cool. Be cool to have you guys here too. But that's the plan. So yes, again, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you every morning. Hopefully we'll see you tonight. If not, maybe tomorrow morning at tomorrow morning's coffee talk, and I'll try to do it maybe around 8 o'clock, so that way Stacy's up by then. She's up now. She just lays in bed before she'll wake up, and then she goes back to sleep. Wakes up, falls back to sleep, and she will do that till 1 p.m. if you let her. So if I can't let her this morning, we gotta go down the car. So, Melissa, we'll see you guys real soon, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to do your duty, because it's a big duty. Let me show you guys the loveliness of Fort Wilderness. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.